All right, what's up everybody? I know it's been a while since I made a video, but it's a rainy day outside today and I can't really practice. So I wanted to make a video talking about how to select the right bag for you. These are the bags that are currently in my competition travel bag. So when I go to an ACL tournament, if I were to go tomorrow, these are the bags I would take. I start with 2 or 3 bags that I really like, which would be the Ninja Poison, the Ninja Smoke, and another bag I'm about to introduce in a second. And then I will have variants of that so I can cover various conditions if I need to. I am traditionally a non-carpet thrower, but I think it's good to have a carpet option in your bag. That's why I have the Siege there. I have a slower bag, the Nomad, which has been in my competition bag since the beginning. For my slower option, if I want to throw something slow. My fast option is 7.9 or the Vortex Zone. So if I need to switch to something, boards are really slow, I have a fast option. If boards are really fast or I want to play more defensive style, I can throw the Nomad or the Siege. I do have the Viper R's back in the lineup because I think it's a bag that fits everyone's style of play. Game changer throwers, if you get paired up with one of them in a blind draw, this is probably something you can talk them into that you can run the hole with pretty easily. It's very hole friendly, but you still have that carpet 5 to 6 that you can play a little bit of the defensive style if you need to, or run the hole with that fast side. Love the Poison sitting at the top of my list currently, along with the Ninja Smoke that's up there. You don't see the Costello, but that's because it and the Poison play very similarly. I usually have to pick one of the two. They play in the same speed range. They're about the same fullness, so I usually pick one or the other. But yeah, that's definitely a bag that I love that could very easily at any point be in the bag as well. Now, I want to speak to how you select the right bag for you. The number one thing you need to do is find the speed range that works for you. For me, that is probably about a 5.5, 6 on the slow, and then something around that maybe 8 to 9 on the fast. I know everyone's style of play is different. Some of you guys like that 4-7. Some of you like carpet bags, like to play flop shots, roll shots. Some of you like to just run the hole. So everyone's style of play is different. So what's right for me might not be right for you, but that's what you have to identify. What speed range do you like? Do you throw the bag really hard and need slower speeds, or are you someone that likes to let the bag do the work and run the board? So find the speed range you like. For me, it's probably, like I said, about that somewhere between a 5.5 to 6 in the slow and an 8 to 9 on the fast. The second thing that I look for, these all encompass how the bag feels to you. I think the most important thing is selecting a bag is picking a bag that you like the way it feels in your hands. Some people like bigger, floppier, some like smaller, fuller. I tend to be one of those. I like a smaller template. I like a template that is more full. So let's just talk about it here. So number one thing you think is speed range. Once you select that, then you go into the categories of fullness. And those are, 1, template size. I like a smaller templated bag. The Ninja is a smaller templated bag. The Nomad is a smaller templated bag. I like smaller templated bags. Number 2 is the fullness of the bag. I do not like bags that are really thin and super floppy and soupy. It just doesn't fit my style of play. I like something that's a little more full, but I also don't like too full. I don't want something puffy that's going to be inclined to kick and roll. I usually, based on my scales, I say something that is medium full to full. Just really where I have it in my hands, I don't feel my fingers on the other side. When I've got the bag gripped in my hands, that I feel beads between my fingers on both sides. That's where I want to be. So template size, the fullness of the bag, the shape of the bag. So you can go square shaped bags or rounded bags. I like rounded bags. Almost every bag up here has a rounded template. So I tend to prefer something that is round as opposed to square, but that's something else for you that you may have a preference. The last thing I look at is the fill type. Some of you guys might not even go that deep into selecting a bag, but for me, why that matters, I think the most underrated thing in selecting a bag is the fill type. Round beads are put in bags to move. It will cause them to bounce more, roll. It's going to be more active on a board if it has an round bead fill. A lot of bag companies, Buffalo as an example, pretty much uses all flat discs now. It feels great in your hand, It's super forgiving. It causes bags not to kick as much, but it also is more inclined to, when your bag sits on the edge of the hole, that it's not going to fall in, because those flat discs don't want to shift, where a round bead will try and fall in. That's where I tend to go for a blended bead and disc mix. The Smoke has that. I love it. The only thing that doesn't have Poison checking all the boxes for me is they're all flat disc. If it was a blended mix that was in the Poison, that would probably be my ideal bag. But as of right now, the only bag that checks all the boxes for me, that is in my speed range, that has a smaller template size, that is a fuller feeling bag with a rounded shape, and that has a blended mix, is the Contraband Cutthroat. I reviewed the Combats earlier, wasn't a big fan, but really like these. It's been a little humid recently. This is probably about a 7.9. Not going to get much into the bag right now because I haven't wrote my review yet, so I'll wait on that one. But for me, this is the only bag that checks the boxes. The Poison, the only thing it's missing, as I said, is I wish it had a blended mix in it. And then the Smokes, it does have the blended mix. It is in my speed range. It is a rounded template. It is sort of a medium full, but it's a little bit larger template. That material tends to stretch out a little bit. I do have a new set coming that probably will help with that. But I will start anywhere in this based on when I'm warming up. Whichever one of these three is playing the best, that's probably where I'm going to start. If I feel like conditions are speeding up and I need to slow down, I can make adjustments in this range. If I really want to play a more defensive game, I can go to this. If I really want to speed it up and just whole race, or things are slow, I can switch to the zones. But for me, that's how I select a bag. Find out what's important to you, what feeling with the template size, the fullness, the shape is important to you, and find something that's really in that speed range that's in your comfort zone. Those are the most important things you can do when you select a bag, and pick where to start and then build around it for what you take to competitions. Hope this helps you guys. Feel free to utilize my charts that are on my group page at any time to help you with bags that meet the criteria you're looking for. And I hope that I can help in any way. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out. And happy hunting and good luck, guys.